Hi, I am Jocelin McElderry, the Connection Specialist. I am excited to be here on the Champ I Am Summit. My topic is the second act, your best performance. I consider the second act your time after you turn 50 years old. That's when things that you didn't know before come flooding back in and help you navigate the rest of your life. Why do I call it the second act? Because that's when 9 times out of 10, your nest becomes empty. You become a better person. You become better at understanding the things that you will and won't do. Your best performance is ahead of you. So let's talk about celebrating your journey. You've already come halfway through your life and doing extremely well. Now, let's look at what happened. Your lives have been filled with unique experiences, success stories, challenges, victories, all those things. Each step has shaped us into the remarkable people that we are today. So let's acknowledge and honor our past as we look forward to an even brighter future. How about we embrace the second act? The second act is a powerful time to redefine who we are, to redefine what we like in life, to pursue our passions, our dreams, our goals. We might even have set some things aside in our lives because other things came along and derailed us only for a short time. We got pregnant, we had children, we got married, we possibly even got divorced. But how many of you know this second act is the act for your best performance ever? Embrace the change with open arms. It's an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity for stepping into our true potential. Change can be scary, but it's also incredibly liberating. How many of you would like to be liberated? I know I enjoy my liberties now. There are things that I do now that I probably would never have done before my second act. Even Jennifer Lopez in the movie Second Act, she did her greatest performance in her second act. In the beginning, she was just a regular person in the grocery store. But in her second act, she became noticed and was able to be promoted and do things that she never thought she would ever get a chance to do. So now, in your second act, you can rediscover your passions. What is that thing that you always wanted to do that you didn't do because you got married? You possibly had a baby. You possibly changed jobs. You possibly lost a loved one. There were things that stopped you from pursuing and walking into those things that you were excited about. You know, we have things in our youth that we're excited about doing. We have things that we're passionate about doing. And a lot of times we put it on the shelf for the other things that come along in our lives. But now, over 50, most of us have an empty nest, or the kids are going off to college. And I need you to understand, when they go off to college, they're no longer interested in you, okay? They got their own life that they desire to live. So in rediscovering our passions, we get to reflect on what truly makes us happy and fulfilled without the kids involved and possibly without the husband. What activities or hobbies ignite your passion? Now is the perfect time to rediscover those things and embrace those opportunities and those interests. Whether it's painting, gardening, writing, something entirely new, make it a part of your daily life because you know passion fuels purpose. Can I tell you there's something else that happens in that second act of life? The power of connection. Strong, supportive relationships are crucial. I have created some of the best relationships ever after my 50s. Relationships that are true, relationships that are honest, relationships that are reliable, those relationships that ultimately help me move into rediscovering my passions, rediscovering the thing that would lead me to my purpose. The relationships that you establish in your 50s are far different from those that you've had before life, because you've matured so much that you can handle a friend that'll tell you the truth. When we're young, we're not able to do that and do it well. We don't steward relationships as well as we do when we're after 50. Surround yourself with positive, like-minded people who uplift and inspire you. You join groups, you join networking events, you go out, you do more things. Can I tell you, in your second act of life, you're more confident because now you have a full idea of who you are, the things that you like, the places that you want to go, the things that you want to do. There are so many things that you discover in the second act of life that you didn't know in the beginning. You know, it's always easier to do things when you're confident and sure of who you are, right? It's often you attend virtual events because you get on this computer. I think COVID taught us how to have more fun virtually because we were unable to gather. So we learned how to do things virtually. We learned how to have parties virtually. We learned how to play games virtually. So you don't even have to leave home in your second act of life when you really don't want to get dressed as much as you did in your previous life. It's something about not getting dressed and hanging out at home that makes us feel more secure. But now you know how to build your tribe. You know how to build the tribe that you want to have, the relationships that you want to nurture. You now understand how to overcome your fears and your doubt about different things because your confidence level is so much higher in your second act. So, because of that, courage becomes our companion. We actually get to a place after 50 in this second act of life where we'll try some things that we didn't try before, but we'll also recognize not to do some things that we know could be dangerous to us and could cause us harm. But we get a little more oomph when we think about the things that we desire to do. I'm quicker now to dress up and go someplace than I was years ago. Now it's like, I think I need to look cute for this thing. We set new goals. What are your new goals in your life? I want to. You spend a lot more time going, I want to. Because the other thing that happens for most of us in our second act of life, we're a little bit more financially sound. So there are some things that we've created a bucket list of that we're willing to go out and give a shot. We will travel to that island that we always dreamed about and see the blue water and the white sand. That is one of our new goals. Our new goals is to lose weight. And we now know how important exercise is. So we set a goal. I will be able to walk X amount of miles in 30 minutes every single day. What that does is it energizes us and it keeps us moving and it keeps our parts doing the things that God intended for it to do from the very beginning. We know now better how to take care of ourselves because we know that in order for these bodies to run like a well-oiled machine, we got to take care of them. We remember that there were some things that we did in our youth that we possibly shouldn't have done, that possibly did damage to our bodies. But now we've learned from the physicians that if you just change the way you operate, things will be a whole lot better What do you think about that? Do you listen to your physician now? Now we prioritize our health and our wellness because we realize that we needed to take care of these bodies that God has given us and has created. So now we walk, we drink more water, we eat better things. I say better because there are some things that we like that may or may not be as healthy for us, but we've learned how to do things in moderation. So we are prioritizing our health and our wellness. We're adding some things to the list to make us do better, to help us to feel better. All of those things. Now we've learned the art of giving back. I can remember there was a time that I didn't think about going into the school and reading to the children. But now, in my second act, my best performance yet, I have the ability to do that. And that is something that I wanted to do. I enjoy seeing the faces as you read to them in school. I love giving back, doing backpack drives, giving to schools, giving to kids that may or may not get those things if I didn't decide to be a part of giving back. I like to go to the nursing homes and to spend time with the seniors, possibly visiting seniors that may not have anybody else to visit them. Giving back has become very important because my parents are older now and I understand the importance of giving back, of taking some time to hang out with some of the elderly, taking some time to possibly go do Bible study with them, taking some time to send to have some friends and we get together, we go and we sing hymns and we spend time with them. That is a part of giving back. You know, a lot of times people think that giving back is always about the dollar. A lot of times it's just about our time well spent with those that we think have been displaced because they're older. Right. One day, should we live, we are going to get to that place. Give back to the things that give you joy and fulfillment. In the second act, we're moving towards retirement, and we can literally create a life after retirement. And it includes giving back, going into the schools and reading to the children, going into the nursing homes and having Bible study with them, going into the nursing home and the rest homes and the assisted living and just sitting down and having good old conversations because they have wisdom that even in our second act, we still need. Y'all, we still need wisdom. We still need all the wisdom that they can give us. So we become, in this second act, best performance yet. We begin to embrace our authentic selves. Too often, we have allowed other people to define who we are. Who are you? Who do you desire to be? What do you enjoy? What is it that you don't like to do? Where do you want to be in life? How do you want to handle it? What you want to wear your hair a certain way? You remember that haircut that you might have been afraid to get when you were younger? In your second act, you can embrace that and love it every single day. That's all embracing your authentic self. No, you may not always get all the words right. No, you may not always get the sentence structure right, but you're embracing your authentic self. It's always interesting to me how people want to be someone else. Be you because everyone else is taken. And there is someone out there waiting to experience the authentic you. Give the people what they want. You now have something that a lot of people don't have in your second act of life. You have inspirational stories. You can share the things that have happened to you throughout your life, the good and the bad, to encourage those that you encounter along this journey called life. You now have stories to share. For me, in the nursing world, I now have stories to share with the new nursing students that are now graduating. I have experiences that I can share with them, that they can recognize some things as they go about their journey, discovering what type of nurse they might want to be, where they might want to do it, how they want to do it. All of those things, and how we may not have had as many choices as the graduates now have, no matter what the program is. Our our when we were limited in what our choices are. But what we did was we made the best of the choices that we have. I tell my daughter all the time, no longer is it the thing to do to work 30 and 40 years on one job. So try all the things that you want to try, but make sure that you set aside the things that you need to set aside so that when it comes time to retire, you can do just that and you won't suffer financially or any other way. Inspirational stories. There is someone waiting on you to share your story from your authentic self. So if we were to do a recap, this is what we would think. This is what we would want to remember. Share your inspirational stories. Embrace your authentic you. Look for ways to give back. Embrace your passions because your passions lead you to purpose. What are those things that you might have always wanted to do, but you didn't have the time because you were raising your family, taking care of your household, working hard to get the things that you desired? Your passions lead to your purpose. I know what it feels like to become my authentic self, to embrace my passions, and to give back and to share my inspirational stories. Because no matter what has happened in your story, there is someone that is very interested, but even more importantly, that needs to hear your interesting story and your inspirational story as well. That is now called, it's a thing now. It's called storytelling. Who knew storytelling will become a big thing now? So share your inspirational stories because this second act is your best performance yet. You are the greatest actor in your story. Share it with those that you encounter. Look forward to your second act, the best performance yet. Know that you have much to give and even more to gain in this second act, your best performance yet. My name is Jocelin McElderry. I am the connection specialist. I enjoy connecting people to themselves first and then to those that they encounter along their journeys. I too am excited to be a part of this CHAMPIAM Summit. Thank you, Mr. Hampton, for allowing me to share in this great time of sharing. Take care. Have an amazing rest of your second act.